Year 2050. Five years after humanity established its first permanent base on the moon, a team of Myanmar scientists and engineers are conducting research at the Union 1 Myanmar lunar base located near Shackleton Crater on the moon's south pole. Dr. Funtan Hun, age 35, astrobiologist, highly inventive and curious, leader of the Lunar Agriculture and Food Production Research Team. Daofu Sinton, age 32, aerospace engineer, educated in the Netherlands, precise, systematic, and organized, manager of the lunar power and control systems. Yukawa Zawin, age 45, space doctor, experienced and composed, head of the healthcare department at the Lunar Base Hospital. Part 1. Unexpected discovery. On a cold lunar morning, Dr. Lan Tun Ang is peering closely at a sample under a microscope in his laboratory. Impossible. This can't be, he mutters to himself. What's wrong, Ko Chanang? Asks Da Fu Sintan, entering the lab. Look at this. In the sample we've extracted from the lunar soil, we're finding living cells, he says, gesturing toward the microscope. Da Fu Sintan looks through the lens and sees the glowing cells under the blue light. But there's no atmosphere on the moon, and there's very little water vapor. How could anything be alive? She asks, astounded. At that moment, Yu Kiao Zawin enters the room. We need to test this DNA. This could be Myanmar's first discovery of life on the moon, he says. The three of them stare at the sample in disbelief. They realize that their discovery could radically change the history of human space exploration. We need to report this to Earth headquarters, but first we need more accurate tests, Dr. Thentanong suggests. Later that evening, the trio meets again in the conference room. On a large video screen, DNA test results appear. These organisms are completely different from any terrestrial species we know, Yu Kiao Zawin explains. So, what does that mean? Da Fu Sintun asks, her voice trembling. Yes, the moon has its own biosphere, Dr. Than Tunong replies quietly. Part 2. A Deep Mystery. A few weeks later, the research team faces even more incredible revelations. They discover that the life forms on the moon are living in deep underground caves and drawing energy from the moon's geothermal heat, enabling them to survive. This means the moon is a planet capable of sustaining life, Da Fu Sintun remarks. Yes, but the problem has already begun, Yu Kao Zawin says, his expression serious. Most of the lunar base crew have fallen ill. Tests show that lunar bacteria are affecting the human immune system. We need to act immediately, Dr. Than Chunong decides. Part 3. The Critical Decision. The research team faces a difficult choice: continue studying these incredible lunar life forms or protect humanity from potential threats. We can't just retreat. This is the greatest scientific discovery in history, Dr. Tunong asserts. Da Fu Sin Tun replies firmly, yes, but human lives are more important. In the end, they decide on a middle ground: continue researching the lunar organisms from a distance while avoiding direct contact. One year later, their findings have spread across the globe, dramatically changing international space research policies. Thanks to their work, humanity has proven that life exists on the moon, and new safety protocols for space exploration have been established. Dr. Tan Tanong and his team received many international accolades, including the Nobel Prize. But for them, the greatest achievement is changing the course of human space exploration history. To this day, the lunar life forms remain a mysterious and hidden presence. However, thanks to the courage and intellect of Myanmar scientists, humanity now knows that it is not alone in the vastness of space. If you're interested in such mysterious and true ghost stories, please like, follow, and subscribe to our Nightmare YouTube channel. I see you in the next story.